Steve Jewin, MMA Mania.
You're on with AJ. Go ahead, Steve.
All right, AJ Matthews,
Hello.
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm just chilling, yo. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for taking the time and for talking to us about this big fight you got coming up with Logan Storley. But to tell that story about fighting Storley, I have to go back to your fight with Kendall Grove because emotions were running high that night, and I want to know what it felt like when you got that win and it was a split decision, coming off having lost a very close split decision and fighting such a good friend.
You know, when you're standing there with the ref and about to raise somebody's hand, man, it's always just, you never know if they're going to get it right or wrong, you know? But, yeah, I'm a pretty emotional dude. Kendall's a super good friend of mine, you know, so obviously that fight was tough for both of us. But for me, it was a lot of things that came to fruition. You know what I'm saying, man? I've been fighting pro for like more than 11 years now. I'm training for 16. I've dropped the ball a bunch of times. And that was one where I felt like they didn't have to give me that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like they counted that Fialo fight as a win. So then they give me Kendall. You know what I'm saying? Know that I had to make the most of the opportunity. So it was a lot, man. And I just had the right people around me, and I had the right attitude to have that one come true. You know.
It sure did, and it was a lot of fun to watch that fight, to see the two of you, briefly at least, put that friendship aside and go out there and give it your heart and give it your all, and then come back together again as friends afterward. That was a pretty special moment.
Yeah, I love Kendall. It was really, I saw him the day after, also the morning after the fight. You know, we hugged it out, and it was all good. He got to spend some time with his family, so it's all that really matters, man. You know what I mean? We're both strong enough to fight another day, and it was an honor to be in there with him.
How do you feel about the fact that he's signed to bare knuckle fighting? I kind of thought we'd see him back at Bellator, but it looks like he's going on a different path.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my homies are over there scrapping bare knuckles, man. I just hope they're getting taken care of. You know what I mean? I don't know what those guys are paying, but I just hope they're getting taken care of because that's pretty gnarly. That stuff's kind of gnarly, right?
Yeah, very bloody. It's a little bit more gruesome than MMA, and we've seen some bloody fights there.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's crazy.
So not something you're looking to do anytime soon, I take it.
Nah, I don't know about that one. I'd rather fight Lethway and bare knuckle with headbutts than that one.
I hear you. So Logan Storley's going to be pretty much the hometown hero here, fighting in South Dakota when he hails from Webster. So what are your thoughts on that, going into what might be hostile territory for you?
Man, what the crazy thing is that's my home as well. My grandma lives 2 hours from Sioux Falls. My grandma, my cousins, my aunts, my childhood friends from Apple City on the west side of the state, right? They're going to be there, man. So it's like, might not be 50-50, but that's not all his place.
It's nice to know you'll have some support in the crowd, and I'm going to be looking forward to seeing the fight because it's only a few hours away from me, so I'm making the drive up to be there, and I know it's... Oh, absolutely. Hell yeah. Wouldn't miss this, and I want to see how it goes because, like you said, you've been in this game for 11 years, and you got a lot of experience under your belt, and he's got a lot of experience as a wrestler, but he's still learning the ropes as MMA, so you've got an experience edge on him.
Yeah, you know, you'd like to think that's going to play a factor, but you never know, man. These guys, when they're training with the best teams, you know, he's training with Hooves, and he's got Robbie Lawler, you know what I mean, all the gangsters over there. So the time that I've spent inside of the cage and training, it all evens out, man. So, yeah, there's going to be some things where I'll be a little more comfortable, but in the end, when you're young and you believe in yourself the way that he does, it's still going to be tough.
One thing that's definitely going to be hard to deal with is farm boy strength that he has, that natural ability to just pick people up and throw them.
Yeah, for sure. But I fought, I don't know if you know, but there's a wrestler named Ben Ryder. He was a middleweight in Bellator for a while.
Yeah, you fought him at Bellator 156. Yeah, I remember that fight.
Yeah. And that one, you know what I mean, I didn't do too hot. but that's a big, strong wrestler. Let's do it, man. I don't care.
Long story short, then, wrestlers don't intimidate you. You're not worried about that.
Nobody intimidates me. But you know, I think that, like, when you think about guys like that, you don't think that it's good. Like, when I sign a contract to fight a wrestler, right? Almost in the back of your mind, you're going, man, like, if he signed to fight me or, I don't know, Lima or Venom Page, guys with sharp elbows and knees and kicks, it's like, damn, that might be painful for a while after the fight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's that thought that goes in guys' heads. And when I sign a contract for this, it's like, not that it's not there, that fear of pain, but it's less than, you know, someone who I think is going to smash me with their shin, Hisaki Kato, or, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not taking that away from him. I know that he's gonna, you know what I mean? He's training with Luke, man. He can kickbox, but.
And there are wrestlers who will make that their bread and butter anyway. You got the guys out there like Khabib who are like, yeah, I'm not just taking you down. When I take you down, I'm going to make you miserable. I'm going to work you over.
Yeah, there's definitely, you know, there's a couple different mentalities on the grappling side of MMA, and some of them are, you know, John Fitchy, some of them are Khabibi, you know what I mean? Some of them are Damian Maya. So the good thing about it is I train all that too, and you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, the guy's a sick wrestler. I got some jiu-jitsu, and my striking's pretty sick. I just think it's an interesting fight. It's so cool to be in South Dakota versus Logan, co-main. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So all these other things, like, you know, am I worried or what am I thinking about? Man, I just want to do me. Like, these last couple fights, the preparation is for me. The fight, I just want to go out there and really express myself in the fight. I don't want to hold back, because when I hold back, that's when he has time to take you down. You know what I mean? That's when you lose those millisecond things that were important positionally. So for me, I just want to go do my thing. And if that's the case, I can get it.
All right. Well, when I talked to Nawad Lahat, he said that he got a text telling him the fight was in SD, and he got all excited that he thought it was San Diego. Now, did that happen to you? Did you think, oh my God, San Diego, that's awesome?
No, I knew it was Sioux Falls, South Dakota from the start, which was, you know, dope for me because South Dakota is where I grew up, you know. But that did happen to me one time. My first ever Bellator fight was in a place called Miami, Oklahoma. Felt Miami, though. So my manager texted me, hey, you're going to fight in Miami, okay. And I said, hell yeah, really? And it was like Miami, Oklahoma. I was like, what's that? So I've had that happen to me, too.
Well, you know, there's some funny names out here in the Midwest. There's actually a Brooklyn and a Moscow in Iowa.
Moscow, Iowa.
Yeah, no shit.
That's great.
So you mentioned you've got family in the area. Have they all contacted you for tickets? Has everybody hit you up, so to speak?
Well, yeah, I mean, actually, my family members got together and handled that themselves. I think we got like 100 tickets out there sold or whatever.
So, yeah, like you said, it won't be completely one-sided. It might be 80-20, but you're going to have your fans. You're going to have your contingent.
Yeah, but but like when I kicked that guy in the head, you remember the soccer kick? Charlie Rader was from New Orleans. That fight was in New Orleans.
Right, yeah, Bellator 70. That was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time, but it's like my whole career has been me getting shipped over, fighting people in their hometown, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, except maybe for the Kyle Bolt fight. That one was like home turf, wasn't it?
Yeah, he'd also trained in San Diego, but yeah, like when I fight in San Diego, that's me. You know what I mean? That's home for sure. But there's been a number of times where, you know, I gotta go somewhere else. Bob Rudy Bears, so.
Yeah, you've had a lot of fights on the road and a lot of fights in rough places. Even a fight in Saitama where you fought a guy who's now fighting in Bellator, Anatoly Tokov.
Yeah, for sure. He's middleweight.
So, with this fact that you've been fighting for 11 years now, are you getting to a point where you're thinking there's only a few years left, or you think, hell no, I can keep going for a long time?
Well, you know what I'm finding is that it's a pretty painful sport. But I mean, I'm kind of playing it how I feel, you know, fight by fight. And lately I've just had a little bit extra motivation. I've had a little bit more drive to achieve. And as long as I'm feeling that and I'm, you know, able to catch these dudes and fucking stop a takedown every now and then, I'm down. You know I'm down.
You know, I get the impression that a lot of the fighters are really psyched up about this card because, I mean, I'm not saying it's an indicator one way or the other that people are using colorful language, but Noadla was like, fuck yeah, I'm fucking ready. And here you are, too. It's like, wow, everybody is just super psyched about this card.
Yeah, man. Well, once the fight time starts coming up closer, like if you were eating dinner with me, I like start staring off at my glass and like moving my head. You know what I mean? It's just everything now is just in the back of my mind, even if I'm doing something else. And it's always the fight. It's the fight. It's the fight. And that's just over the 6 or 8 weeks that you're doing camp, thinking about the one guy. It gets more and more and more and more real. And then it gets to the point where you're like, Dad, I don't want to wait anymore, man. You know what I mean? I've been knowing I'm going to fight this dude for 8 weeks. Let's do it then.
Yeah, that's what Gallagher
I
said,
think that's
too.
where everyone's at.
Yeah, he was like, God, I'll take the fight today.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just, you know, that's just human nature, man. Hurry up and wait. But that's also the thing is that in fighting, every fight is so different to me that I really try to enjoy and appreciate and take in, you know, all the moments. So when guys are like, I just wish we could hurry up and fight. Me, I'm like, the moments when you get nervous, you know what I mean? I kind of enjoy feeling those feelings because you don't get to feel them all the time.
That's true.
Sometimes you only fight once a year, you know. So I just try to make the most of all of it because it's you know time goes by and then it's over, you know.
It's the same way for a reporter too. Sometimes you don't get to go to every show, so I got to make the most of the ones I'm going to, and that's why I'm looking forward to this so much.
Yeah, right. I'm happy you're coming to this one too, bro.
All right. Well, it's going to be awesome to see you in person, and it's going to be awesome to watch you fight Logan Storley, but I would be remiss if I didn't let you plug a few things before we wrapped it up. So, teammates, sponsors, social media, whatever you'd like.
Thanks so much. It's always Team Alliance Philippines, and San Diego. It's always going to be the Filthy Few. It's Pat Cummins, Neil Melanson, Carrington Banks, Taiwan Claxton, got the homies. Sub Thai, Barangay Tibay, Manila, Flying House, love you guys. Agarado, you know, man. The whole team, I don't know, everybody. Coach Eric let me stay with him here while I'm in town. Pat Cummins came to town to help me train. Everybody. Everything's coming together right. My brother, my mom, and dad. Love you guys. Let's do it. Thanks very much for the interview, man. Thank you for your time.
No problem, AJ. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on August 17th. It'll be a great fight.
Word up.